Hello, my name is Micah. I'm the creator of Betterday Boutique, where I sell joyful stickers and collage sheet printables. And in this video, I'm gonna flip through the first half of my current creative journal. So let's take a look, shall we? Now, this is what I call my creative journal. It is a simple 5x7 notebook that I bought at Walmart for, I don't know, $2, I think. It's from a company called Mead. It's something that you can get in pretty much all the big grocery stores here in the US. Nothing too fancy. And then I decorated the front with vintage children's book illustration. I think this bear's name is Timothy, if I remember correctly. And then here I have a quote from Emily Dickinson, "Forever is composed of nows." I thought that was really fitting for a journal cover. Pretty much all the imagery is either from books that I found at the Goodwill or from printables from Pocket Journal Pam from her Patreon. And then some of the stuff is just my own drawings and sketches or from my shop. This is a photo of myself. I think it's really nice to have photos of yourself every once in a while in a journal. Lynn from Love Lynn's Life does that a lot, and I think it's so great because it's so easy to forget to include yourself and how you looked at a specific time. Yeah, so I got a Canon IV photo printer for Christmas. That's where the photos are printed from. Yeah, so I started this journal in February and now it is middle of May and I've gotten all this. I'm not quite to the middle yet, so there's a couple pages left. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to even finish the rest because it's already so big. We shall see. Here's another illustration from a book that I found at the Goodwill, and I love how I cut it out and made one half a flip. I think that's really cute and fun. And then here we have a screenshot from a slide from a webinar by Ingrid Fattel Lee. She wrote a book called Joyful, which I can highly recommend. Her analysis of what makes an object or an environment joyful is just amazing. And she had a webinar on how to create a joyful home. And so some of those slides I've just had to print out and put in my journal. So yeah, here this one says, "A joyful home isn't about stuff, it's about moments." And so on these pages I just wrote about the webinar and what that meant to me. And having just recently moved, we are still figuring out certain rooms and the aesthetics that we would like to incorporate. And so yeah, that's what those pages are about. And then here I included an image of an environment that I think is really pretty with the white and the pink. And then this is a sticker from my shop. And some collage from Pocket Journal Pam. And then she had this journaling card, "Why do I like to journal?" And I figured, why not make a list of all the things that I can think of why I think I like to journal. I'm actually going into more detail on some of those points later in the journal. I know that's very meta to journal about journaling, but maybe I should mention that a lot of what I'm writing about in this journal are my thoughts and things that I experience in my head rather than events or sort of like the daily activities, so to speak. yeah, that's just how I journal, I suppose. Yeah, so there is obviously an aspect of memory keeping in journaling that I really love. There's also the fact that you get to play with stickers and papers, which is a huge part for me. It's just something that I find joyful. It makes me happy. I find it super relaxing. So even though my day job basically is to create stickers and printables and make art, by the end of the day, I still find it relaxing to play with all this stuff and glue it on a page. Yeah, I like to journal because I like keeping track of my thoughts, documenting what I thought and felt at a particular time, and I think that can be so inspiring to look back on because you can realize how much you've grown or how you've overcome a certain obstacle. Yeah, it can help you practice thoughts. So what I mean by that is that, for example, I suffer from social anxiety, and so speaking up in a social situation is really hard for me sometimes. And so if I can practice certain thoughts and ideas in this safe space that is my journal, then I might be more ready to say that in front of other people, if that makes sense. I like to journal because it helps me find themes. So on a daily basis, we might be aware of the struggles that we're facing, but once you can flip through it and see how that progresses over time, it might offer a solution, you know. And you get to know yourself a little better. Like, what, even in the aesthetics, is there a certain color scheme that you're gravitating towards? Yeah, what just comes up for you a lot? What do you decide to put into your journal? Like, what are you recording? Are there different events or types of events that you like to record? Just all that stuff is just so fascinating. So yeah, I think on these pages I just write about this list a little bit more, and then I am playing around with a lot of tip-ins like this. This is some drawing I've made. I ended up not putting anything on the back. That seems to happen a lot too, where just certain things just don't have anything on the back, which I'm okay with. Here's another screenshot of one of the slides from the webinar, which says, "The gap between your fantasies and your reality holds rich potential for joy." And Ingrid Fattel-Lee in the webinar talked about how that is true of your home, the way you decorate. But I think that also applies to anything else, really. It's like, once you allow yourself to consider the outrageous, the fantasies, and then if you compare it to reality in the middle there, you can find a lot of ways to improve your life and find surprising amounts of joy. So yeah, I think that's really inspiring. This is another Pocket Journal Pam printable. This is too, and so is this. And then here we have some magazine cutouts from Daphne's Diary, and that specific issue came with a sticker sheet, so that's where this cute little dog comes from. And I'm starting to play around with watercolor backgrounds, which I end up doing a lot, and I really enjoy that. Just gives the pages color. Here I took part of Pocket Journal Pam's printable and turned it into a talk spot. I just thought that was so cute because happiness in my pocket, and to make it sort of almost like a pocket you can stick something in. I think these are just random warm-up doodles. Yeah, so fun. Yeah, so that goes in here. Then I really enjoy this spread because it's so colorful, and I love all the patterns in there and all the shades of red and pink. This is another Ingrid Fattel Lee quote, "Judgment is one of the most potent ways to squelch joy." I think I was reading one of her blog posts, I can link that in the description box, where she talks about how ways to face judgment. And so I wrote that down here, and I thought, well, then why not make the page just fully decorated and go all out? If joy starts with authenticity, then I should be authentic and go for it. Just do whatever I like. Here I included a old photo that I came across while looking through some bits and pieces, some paperwork. I love water lilies, and this is a photo I took at my parents' house. And then on the back I created a watercolor paint wish list. I think here on these pages I'm talking about how I've been recently getting back into watercolor and how much I enjoy it. I've also found all these great YouTubers who do these videos talking about their favorite colors, and it's just so fun to hear them talk about their work. So that's that. Here I tried something new to me, where I took a word that I had cut out from one of the books I had found at Goodwill and used it as a journaling prompt. So I had pre-decorated the page without knowing what I was going to write about, and then I just let myself respond to the word start. And I ended up writing about how we've recently moved to Kentucky and how I'm starting to feel like I'm home again. So I can highly recommend that. Just grab a word. If you come across something in a magazine, for example, just put it at the top and let yourself write about that word or what comes up with that word. Yeah, again, love all the colors and elements. Lots of like magazine cutouts, Pocket Journal Pam. This is Pocket Journal Pam. And then here on the back I have a photo of our house, and then the clouds had formed a heart right on top of it. That was amazing. Yeah, I love how this turned out. This is an illustration of mine. These two things are Pocket Journal Pam, and then these flowers are from a Daphne's Diary again. Here I did a full page collage. Pam had done a video on her Patreon where she had taken photo faces and photo eyes and things like that out of magazines, fashion magazines, and then had created these collages. And I wanted to do that with a cat because I love cats and I think she looks really cute. Yeah, this is a little cat card that a pen pal had sent me. Tip that in. Here I played around with painting a frame with watercolor. I think this is the only time I've done this, simply because I feel like it is very limiting. So for example, if I ended up needing more than 2 pages, I would feel like the writing would be divided by the frame, so I don't like that, if that makes sense. But here it worked out because I was just making a list anyway, and I needed a pep talk for some reason. I think I was feeling a lot of doubt and insecurity around building my own business, and so I made a list of all the things I thought I'd never have or never experience, to simply remind myself, like, these are things that I thought would never happen, but they did happen. So the thought that something doesn't happen shouldn't stop you from keep going on, right? If that makes sense. So I can highly recommend giving yourself a pep talk every once in a while in your journal. Here I was celebrating having made 500 sales on Etsy, I thought that was a real milestone that I'll gladly remember. And I printed out a couple reviews that I had recently gotten, which I appreciate so much if you take the time to write a review. And it just means the world to me that not only did you buy something from me, but you took the time and write some nice words, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, put those in. Here we have an illustration from one of the books that I had found on Goodwill, and I had recently discovered my old sticker albums from primary school, and this horse kept falling out because it had lost all its tackiness, and so I now glued it on here to pretend that this is Kentucky, even though Kentucky I don't think has these kinds of horses, nor does it have mountains like that, but oh well. And then, oh yeah, this is another tip-in that doesn't have anything on the back. And then this is a really simple page just talking about how I'm watching the news. So I'm living in the US and my family lives in Germany. So I've started watching the German news on YouTube. Yeah, love the colors of this spread. These are some of my favorite colors. I call them sorbet colors, like the apricot, the warm yellow, different shades of red and pink. Just really, really love it. This is Pocket Journal Pam again. This is from one of my sticker sheets, Cuddly Cats. Yeah, this is from the book from Goodwill. This is from another book from Goodwill. This washi tape is from Walmart. It was super cheap. I don't know if you can see, it's like gold foil leopard on a pink background, and I love it. Yeah, this is a watercolor doodle I had done on Tomoe River paper, just to see how watercolor looks on Tomoe River paper. I like it. Oh, this is a packaging from tea. So I love the Moomins, and so I bought a tea tin because of the tea tin, but it also came with tea. I guess I could stick like something in there, but I haven't. This is another illustration of mine with some Pocket Journal Pam printable in the back and a sticker of mine. And then I think I was feeling a little, I think sales hadn't been doing so great or something like that. And so then I got an order from someone who I admire on Instagram, who does these amazing collages and has just excellent taste. And they had ordered stickers from me. And so I wanted to remember that as a special moment and as a reminder that to keep going. Which happens quite a lot in this journal, actually, just me telling myself to keep going. Yeah, so I printed out the packing slip for that order as a reminder. Here I tried something different in the background, writing out the alphabet in watercolor. Yeah, I mean, you know, I like trying new things. Don't necessarily care for the end result. It doesn't really do much, but okay. Love the background here though, which is just all these beautiful colors, and love how pastel-y it is. This is another Pocket Journal Pam. Blue cat in a mug, and the mug says "Believe in yourself." So I think that turned out really cute. And then here we have a quote by James Clear, who wrote a book called Atomic Habits, which I can also highly recommend. He also has one of the best newsletters, email newsletters on the internet, I think. where he has some inspiring quotes, and he always ends the newsletter with a question. So oftentimes I find the quotes and the questions so inspiring, and they almost act as journaling prompts to me, so I often include them. So this one is saying, "Your life is purchased by where you spend your attention." Thought that was really poignant. This is a sticker from my shop. Here we have an illustration of mine. I was trying out different color schemes, and so this is just one of the printouts, and instead of throwing them away, I often use them for myself. And recently I've been really enjoying combining illustrations with photos like that. And this is Pocket Journal Pam. Yeah, I love the colors of this. And this cute little journaling card from Pocket Journal Pam. It says, "Don't fight for people who wouldn't lift a finger for you," with a cute kitty. And then on the back I made this collage. This is from the packaging of these gummies. I think they're called wine gummies. They're traditional sweet in Britain, I think. So yeah, I had those and cut out this photo. And then here, I think that was the time when on Instagram I asked if people kept more than one journal at a time, and if so, what they use all their different journals for. And then I ended up creating sort of a list of things that I could see myself trying out in terms of journals, different journals. So I think I want to try keeping a daily journal, and what I mean by that is that I would record the events of the day. Then I think I would like to try making a junk journal, and then I would keep it as a highlight reel. So special moments and special memories, include those. And then yeah, I would definitely keep doing what I call my creative journal. So this is it, where I record more my thoughts rather than daily events. Yeah, this background came out really dark. I think that's a little too dark for my taste, but I do love the color combinations. This is the logo from the wine gummies. I thought he was so cute with his little suit and the bike. And then this is Pocket Journal Pam, printable. And then this is a glittery sticker from the Dollar Tree. This is another illustration from a book that I found at the Goodwill. Didn't really find anything yet that I like on top, so I may leave it as is or maybe add something later. And then here I was celebrating making my free printable that's available, because I had been wanting to make something like that for a long time, and I finally did it, so I thought that deserved to be recorded in my journal. Yeah, I love how this cluster site decor turned out. This cute little monster is from Pocket Journal Pam. This is a German chocolate bar, Kinderriegel, which I love, and I'm so glad that there's this store in the US called World Market that sells a lot of imported German and other country, but is for me most interesting is the German candies, so I can get my hands on German candies. And then another Moomin illustration from one of the tea bags. Yeah, and this was a test print again that I just wanted to use up and not let go to waste. This is another one of the My Printables cat journaling spots, where I included a quote from Joseph Campbell. "We cannot cure the world of sorrows, but we can choose to live in Joy. And then another cat from Pocket Journal Pam. Really love how this whole thing turned out. So colorful. You know, this is all kinds of shades of yellow. And then here I had ordered washi tape from a store called Niaski, I think it's called. I'm not quite sure, but this is the washi tape. She does a lot of art that is art but with cats, so this washi tape is called Catisse, like Matisse with cats. And then this is Claude Monet, and then she had this really adorable tissue paper, and so I wrote about getting the Happy Mail. Yeah, I had a Happy Mail and sushi for lunch, so that was a good day. Yeah, again, love the color combinations and just how these turned out. Really cute. Here is another spread where I'm journaling about journaling, and so I am reacting to the this phrase here, collecting stories, of how one of the things that I enjoy most about journaling this way and keeping a record of your thoughts is that you realize what narratives you tell yourself about yourself, and how then you can look back on yourself and realize what used to be challenging to you, and now you realize that that no longer is challenging, and how that can be so inspiring. And then here I included a quote from Andy Warhol. They always say time changes things, but actually you have to change them yourself. Don't like, this is one of the, or if not the only spread I don't like how it turned out. I think partially because this orange yellow is just too bright, because I love this pattern and how it combines with this illustration from Pocket Journal Pam. But then I couldn't really figure out what to do on down here, and so I just left that there. But yeah, I don't like how that turned out. And then here I combined an illustration from one of the books that I had found on Goodwill, and then included this little dude from Pocket Journal Pam and set him on that chair. I just thought that was cute. And then on the back here I wrote, doubt might just be the result of your pessimistic assumptions about the future. And I love how I'm talking about doubt, and I was really feeling down that day and really insecure. It's just, but you know, gold lettering helps. It just lightens the mood already. And then here's another quote about doubt from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Doubt can only be removed by action. So again, I'm just giving myself some good old not TED Talk. I'm not giving myself a TED Talk. I'm giving myself a pep talk. And that's it. So I've already pre-decorated some pages here to fill in and keep going. But yeah, that's it. That's the first half of my creative journal.